Have you guys seen this interview? Oh my God. Let me tell you. Holy moly! MrBeast and Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO, in the same room at the same time, and questions are being answered. What better person to learn from than MrBeast?
Just down some caffeine and crank it out.
Let's go learn what we need to learn with the T on how to grow on YouTube. MrBeast is talking to my favorite, Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO. He knows how to do YouTube and podcasts and books and all those other things. Let's go see what the biggest content creator has to say about how to do a YouTube journey without losing our minds.
You said to them, I'm miserable a lot of times. I have mental breakdowns every other week.
Why am I doing this? This is so hard.
There were so many nuggets and so many gems, yes, gems that were dropped in this interview. And yes, I watched an entire almost 2-hour interview about what makes Jimmy, aka MrBeast, what makes him tick. I encourage you to watch the entire video with a notebook so that you can glean all the value that both of these content creators have to offer us as small and emerging content creators.
I'm just stubborn, man. I just never give up. When I was 11, I just said, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to die trying. Even if no one still watches my videos to this day, I would still be going.
My number one takeaway from the interview between MrBeast and Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO, was be a problem solver. A lot of times on YouTube, we make videos about what we want to make videos about, and not understanding that making content is all about the viewer. You have to somehow, some way, tap into the heart and the mind of your viewer and figure out how you're going to solve their problems. Your viewer comes onto YouTube and they want to be either engaged, educated, or they want to be inspired. And our job as content creators is to fill those gaps and to answer those questions and become a problem solver of all those 3 areas. Now, if you are able to craft a video and hit each one of those points in one video, then my friends, you may have a successful video. For example, if people are down, if people are sad, maybe they're coming onto YouTube to have a little pick-me-up. Maybe they want a little distraction from their everyday life. They want to be entertained by something, while at the same time, they want to become a little inspired. They want something that's going to pick them up and have them go a little bit further on their journey, whatever their journey is. YouTube is the fastest growing streaming platform there is. It has already topped Netflix. YouTube is a growing platform, and if you become a content creator, now is a wonderful time to do that. But you have to craft the videos that people are looking for. And how do you do that? I'm gonna tell you a simple method that I share with my students all the time. They have a video topic in mind. The first thing that I have them do is hop into the YouTube search bar. They put a word of the topic that they're hoping to make a video on in the search bar to see if there's even interest in that video before they even pick up their camera to make a video, before they even try to craft a title around the topic that they're interested in making. Be a problem solver. Number 2, people pleasing. On YouTube, you cannot be a people pleaser. It will drive you bat crazy. You will end up becoming depressed, angry, and you might want to give up. You cannot be a people pleaser alone. Now, it may seem like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth. I'm really not. You want to make videos that your viewers are searching for because you do want to please your viewer. I'm talking about the sense of caring about other people's opinions all the time. You and me know that there are plenty of keyboard warriors out there ready to pounce in on you as soon as you put up a video talking about pretty much anything. And MrBeast, Jimmy, he was not exempt. The more good he did, the more haters he had. But he didn't let that stop him. He said it still makes him depressed. It still gets under his skin about how many people actually hate him. And for that, I'm still a fan of MrBeast. But don't come for me in the comments section. Here's another thing I learned from the interview, another gem. And yes, I'm going to make it a P because it helps me to remember all of the powerful points that came through on their interview. That was to be passionately obsessive. So MrBeast talked about how he is super obsessive on everything. He obsesses for hours upon hours about what a thumbnail will look like. If his team had an idea, or if he had an idea, he would usually obsess, like incessantly obsess about the idea. He will not execute until he's obsessed over the idea to see if it's a good idea, if it's a valid idea, it's a valuable idea. He will not go forward with a project until he was thoroughly convinced, after a lot of obsession, if he would even make the video or put forward the budget to go make the video, because you guys know he has a whole budget and a whole team. Yep, unlike us, the one-person shows. Here's a part of the video that got really, really interesting. It is when Stephen asked MrBeast if he was happy Now, MrBeast is a bazillionaire. Yep, bazillion. I don't know how much money he has, but Steven did question him on how much money he has. I'll put a pin right there. MrBeast makes a lot of money. However, he puts a lot of money back into all of his businesses. He is a person who is always scaling back into his business, and he only keeps a bit to himself. When he was asked, are you happy?
How you feel right now is why no one else does what you want to do or does what you do. And if you push through this, that's just even, more of a reason why no one will ever be who you are.
MrBeast took pause with that question. He actually said kind of no a few times, but then he retracted and he said, yes, he's kind of happy. And that right there gave me something to think about. And here's what I'm going to tell you. If creating content doesn't bring you joy, happiness is different from joy. Happiness goes up and down, just like your YouTube AdSense, just like your views, just like everything else, just like life. But joy is a thing that can remain constant in your heart if you can remember your why. And that's what MrBeast talked about. He talked about he wanted to continue to do good around the world until he's no longer in the world. And that right there is inspiring. I am here to inspire you today. Take a note from MrBeast and me, and Steven, Diary of a CEO. Maybe one day I'll be able to be on his podcast. I love to dream. But take a note from that. When the views are low, when the subscribers are leaving, let them. When YouTube decides it's not going to push your content or people aren't going to pull from the algorithm to request you, then let it. But what your job is to continue to do is to continue to shine, continue to have joy inside of your heart, and let that joy emulate in each one of your videos. Because right here, right now, we're never giving up. If you've been inspired by my video today, like I've been inspired by doing it and blessing all of us, you, me, and we, I want you to make sure that you leave me a like. I want you to comment, and I want you to also subscribe, because a lot of you guys are watching and some of you still need to subscribe. If you like this video, please check out these other videos and this playlist that YouTube says you should watch next. I love you. Be blessed and goodbye.